In Memphis, nothing comes easy, and that's exactly how we like it. This is a city built on hustle, on heart, on grit. And at Carway, our rides are built the same way. Tough, reliable, ready for the grind. No games, no gimmicks, just Memphis-style service. Real, honest, and built on trust. Where grit meets grind, you meet your next ride. Carway, grit, grind, and Pink Beetles. In Memphis, we know a thing or two about resilience. From the grindhouse to the Delta, we protect what's ours. But when pests invade your home, it's time to fight back. Grade A Pest knows how to handle what crawls, flies, and bites. With local experience and guaranteed results.
I'm Reggie with Grade A Pest Control. We service the Memphis metro area. That also includes DeSoto and Fayette County as well.
Grade A Pest has the entire Mid-South covered. So if bugs and pests put you to the test, let Grade A solve your problem. Bluff City Media presents The Anthony Sain Show with your host, Anthony Sain. Now, let's get to the show.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to The Anthony Sain Show. I don't know what's going on with the audio part. I don't know one of y'all got me coming to y'all speaker or something, but I think it's gone now. But yeah.
I think we're good now.
Yeah, that wasn't going to work. But now, welcome to The Anthony Sain Show. This is your host, Anthony Sain. I'm joined by Kenny Stubblefield, who joins me across town in Carwayville. And my man, Brandon Scoop B. Robinson, joins me today as well, man. It's going to be one of those days, of course, when Scoop is in here, man. I got a lot of stuff going on, man. I'm multitasking. I think I hung up the phone. Yeah, I hung up the phone in a little meeting I was in, man. Y'all pardon me, man. I got to send a text real fast. Introduce our guest, Kenny Stubblefield, while we taking care of it. I just dropped this phone call.
There's no need to introduce who this man is. He's a legend in the NBA world, a legend in independent journalism, a guy who's been around for, what was it? What's the number we came to last time? Was it 30 years?
30. Yeah. Grown-ass man in the game, man.
Grown-ass man in the game. The master of the clapback on Twitter. You do it in such an ethical way, though. Like, you do it in such a way that it's very clear, Scoop, that you don't get your feelings hurt when people talk shit to you. You just clap back with some ethical clapbackedness. It's awesome, man.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you can't really say fuck you on Twitter like that. I mean, you can. But you saved that for the group text and your family and your friends. There's a lot of FUs. But however, professionally, I'm sorry that you feel that way. Hope things get better. Hope your day is going well.
Right.
Hope this email finds you well. Y'all know what that means.
I'm dealing with a clown right now, man. Dealing with a real clown. A social media guy who I can't remember what I was talking about, right? But he comes in with the very targeted, I hate you and I hate this other guy who also happens to be black and very vocal in the Memphis area. But out of all the guys in Memphis that you got a problem with, right? You got a problem with me, a content creator on YouTube, and a guy from one of the TV stations. Like how is that even possible? That's who you got a problem with, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm in a little spat with this gentleman now, but I told him, brother, I don't really do the social media spats. I'll just delete you. I just block your account and everything you just said will be for nil because all your comments will just disappear. all this talking you doing to be gone just like that, man. But
I don't know that person, but I will say that in my experience, you could block all day, they'll still find you.
Oh yeah,
and to be honest with you, that's free advertising. I've realized that in life, when you decide that you want to do something and you do great, you irritate people who really want to do what you do, or you had the darn to do it, or it's a special place to be in the position you're in, and I shouldn't take it for granted, but you've reached and you've earned a fan for life. So congratulations.
Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, for sure. Hey, they necessary evil, man. They the Joker to our Batman for sure, man. Like,
there you go.
Get your shit out, bro. Because at the end of the day, the fact that you exist means I'm doing something right. You know what I mean? If I were making no motion, it wouldn't be little weirdos to dedicate their day to making fake accounts to reach you. After you keep blocking them, they go make another one. It takes a certain level of dedication, man. So shout out to those people who do that type of stuff, man. But that ain't what y'all came to talk about, man. We are, of course, also brought to you sponsored by the good people at FanDuel Sportsbook. But y'all came to hear from my guy, Scoopy. Scoopy wrote an article that dropped on Friday. You shot me a text. He was like, yeah, I got something for you, man. I got something for you. It dropped on Friday. My guy, Scoopy, taking care of me, man. He know I'm I ain't gonna say I'm leading the charge, but he knows that I'm ready to move on from Demetrius Jamel Morant. And he gives me – I was feeling bad. Scoop, I was like, man, we coming to this trade season. We're going to have to trade an asset to get rid of Ja. Don't nobody really want this man like that. And then Scoop was like, well, Josh Kemp feels like there are other teams that have interest. I'm like, all right, it sounds good. It sounds good, Josh Kemp. But last time we checked, man, didn't nobody want y'all. You know what I mean? So Scoop came in with the heat. Kenny Summerfield said that the Phoenix Suns are, in fact, interested in Ja Morant, and they're looking to move off of a Jalen Green. You also add that the Sacramento Kings are still very interested. Could be a little bit more complex because it would involve a who it involves. Zach LaVine deal, right? That's what you were saying. It might have to involve somebody like Zach LaVine, which he has a huge expiring contract, right?
He does.
So let's talk about it, Scoop. Let's start at Phoenix first. Why does a player like Ja Morant stand out as for someone that they may be interested in from the Phoenix side?
Well, I just want to put out there the conversations that I were having is not just Ja centered. While I do have an inside track with that side of it, I'll say I do speak directly to people involved with not just Phoenix but also the Sacramento Kings. And I was with Sacramento about 2 weeks ago, and I will just say that the Sacramento portion of it is something that has been fluid since the trade deadline. It just was a matter of a fit. Sacramento was one of those teams, as well as Miami, as well as the Milwaukee Bucks, who did come inquiring about Ja Morant's availability. I can also tell you that Toronto is another team. I did not mention that in this article, but Toronto is another team that could be not just looking at Ja Morant, but could be looking at some other key pieces this offseason. But specifically to my article that I dropped on Friday, Sacramento and the Phoenix Suns are two teams that do have a level of interest in Ja Morant. In order for the Suns deal to work, you'd have to move a piece that would include some iteration of Jalen Green, as well as Sabonis. Sabonis on the Sacramento side is someone that Sacramento has been trying to move since the deadline on the Sacramento side, but on the Phoenix side, Jalen Green would be a piece that would fit. It would make plausible sense for the Suns and the Memphis Grizzlies if they're serious about what they're looking to do. I know that coincidentally last week on Friday, Ja Morant was present at the Phoenix Suns game against the Golden State Warriors, and Twitter was kind of like crazy, like, oh my God, it's going to happen. I do believe there are coincidences. I do know that there was an EIDL.
How this stuff works with.
when you're favored on your life, things seem to happen that way. But just talking in black and white and looking at the business side of basketball, however, that those are two teams that are interested. I do think that a pairing of Devin Booker and Ja Morant would make sense. I look at this team and Phoenix and what they're dealing with right now. I think they could use a dose of Ja Morant, but in all actuality, he can't play for that team right now. On the Sacramento side, I think it gets a little bit more interesting. For those that I speak with on the Sacramento Kings side of things, they're telling me that it is very difficult to move a Zach LaVine who's owed close to $50 million. He has a good agent, I'll tell you that. $50 million in one season. And, I think that in order to make that happen, there will be some other pieces that would likely be added to that pot. But I'll tell you that from, again, consulting with the Ja Morant side of things, he has no wish list of teams. He's kind of been internalizing just all that has taken place this season, and kind of just going with it. It's interesting. I'll tell you that report that I put out about the jersey, the the shirt off my back thing. I was actually at another arena last week towards the end of the season, and it was Portland playing Sacramento. That's how you know I was around Sacramento. And it was a Portland home game. And I walked past the Blazers bench and spoke to everybody on that bench, player, whether it was Damian Lillard, sitting on the bench in street clothes, and, Jerry and Grant, Denny Avia, everybody on that team gave away a shirt off my back. I will say that it's interesting just the way that things have gone with Ja Morant, and I don't want to make it seem like I'm just so pro Ja Morant that I can't see the bigger picture. It's a fragmented piece that I would like to see be repaired. I'm not sure that can happen at this time. So I think I answered your question.
Yeah. Can you turn me down some of your speaker on what's going out to you? Because I'm hearing myself again when I speak.
You want me to turn my speaker down?
I think it's you. I'm assuming it's you. Yeah.
Please hold.
Yeah. I got you, brother. But yeah, this is Scoop B, of course, the man, Scoop B for ScoopB.com, catching us up on the Ja Morant situation. He talked about the Phoenix Suns. He talked about the Kings. I have a question for you, Scoop, involving the Sacramento Kings, because you said something that in a conversation I've had with a couple of my peers as well about in the draft, right? Let's say that Sacramento lands in the top 4 or they in the top 3, maybe, and they have a Cam Boozer or a Caleb Wilson in their face. Let's say they make a deal like that, which in essence may want to make them possibly move off of Sabonis, like you said. Could that be the road to a Ja Morant trade where they get this big that's going to be in the front court and Sabonis kind of becomes almost obsolete? Could you see that?
So I'll answer it this way. The conversation that I had with Sacramento is that they're in a wait and see mode right now as it relates to the draft. Their focus is the draft. Their draft is the draft lottery, which is next month. And I think that once they're able to assess where they fall, that's an additional conversation that I can then have with them to kind of find out where things are. I do know that Sabonis is a piece that they're looking to move on to. But I also look at Memphis's roster. They got a couple bigs. So, like, I don't know if the Sabonis part fits their narrative on the Memphis side. The Levine piece, an expiring deal. What do you do with that? I think that's a very to me, this is kind of like a John Wall contract where it's hard to move. Like it's heavy. So in answer to your question about the draft, I think that if Sacramento is looking to build, like they have a roster of names, but they've been hurt throughout the course of the season. I also look at that team with not just Levine, but I look at DeMar DeRozan. I look at the fact that Russell Westbrook signed a 1-year tender with that team, and then I look at Russell and I look at Ja, and I say to myself, well, they at value they play the same position. They're at 2 different points in their career. How does that fit? So I wonder if they bring in Ja, does Russell come back? But I think directly to answer your question about the team and where the draft goes, I think that's more of a decision that both Scott Perry and his brain trust and as well as the higher upper management would have to make on that front. I know that their focus from what has been articulated to me is that they are focused on the draft. But I do think that if you're looking to bring in a Ja Morant, you build around him. I think there's been this narrative that Ja is difficult to work with. It depends on who you ask. But at the same time, I believe that if you do bring in a Ja Morant, I do believe that there are other people who would he would be a magnet and would attract other people. I don't think he's the enemy that people may think he is, but to me personally, if I had my druthers, if I had to pick, I think he's a better fit in Phoenix if you're looking to win today. Like, I look at Sacramento and I think they're a 2-year project. I think Phoenix, ironically, is a quicker fix. Like, you look at Phoenix and you look at the fact that they moved Kevin Durant this summer, and you just thought, oh, that's Devin Booker's team and that's it. But they got Dylan Brooks. They have, Jalen Green, and they made it to the playoffs. Like, imagine what a Ja Morant on that team would look like in the playoffs. I do think that that's a faster move if you're looking to compete in the Western Conference than Sacramento.
I really won't get too deep into specifics about the relationships with these guys, but with the relationship with Toronto's coach, I can't remember his name. He was a Grizzlies assistant, right? And
Darko.
It looks like, Darko.
Vajakovic.
Yeah, him, right? You got him, who was an assistant coach here with John, doing the best years of that run with Ja Morant. You also got Taylor Jenkins, who's rumored to be headed to the Bucks more than likely as of today. It's always a fluid situation. Not really getting into the specifics of the dynamic of the relationship with those two, but could you see the relationship or the lack thereof causing a reason for those teams to make an effort to go after Ja Morant?
Well, yeah, and we've talked about that both publicly and privately, dating back to November when I told you that the Milwaukee Bucks was always a team that was on the radar of both sides. And I'll tell you that I surmise that for the Milwaukee Bucks, and I know this player and I have a good relationship with him, and I'm not muddying his name when I say this, but I really believe that the Cam Thomas is everything that they like. What they thought Cam Thomas would be is really what Ja Morant could have been for that team this year,
right?
In more of a starter role. But I also think when you look at this Giannis situation, I'll just tell you that it's been intimated to me, and I've said this, lightly, and I'll say this to you. If the Bucks move Giannis, a pairing of Paolo Banchero and Ja Morant would be a great situation. And I know what I said when I said it. I know that Orlando and Milwaukee did have preliminary conversation.
Oh, wow.
At the deadline, nearing the deadline, about swapping those two guys.
Wow.
Milwaukee is looking for
Who said
a player.
it? Who said it?
Damn.
Milwaukee is looking for a young talent to replace Giannis. And so if Orlando and Milwaukee are looking to have a second conversation or a third or fourth conversation, Orlando getting Giannis would make all the sense in the world, specifically because Giannis is looking to stay in the Eastern Conference. He's looking for a family atmosphere. From
What's
everybody
more family than freaking Disney? What's more family?
Exactly. I mean, I think Mickey Mouse commercials with Giannis would be pretty cool, especially with his family. And but every team that I've spoken with in the Eastern Conference, while the Nets would be cool, I'm not, from everybody that I've spoken to on the Brooklyn side, that family atmosphere would make sense. Like, to me, if it's the Eastern Conference, Orlando checks those boxes. If it's the Western Conference, Portland checks those boxes for Giannis, right? So if we're to hold Giannis at what he wants on the Eastern Conference side, Orlando would make sense.
They definitely have more assets than freaking Miami, bro.
Exactly. And so to go back to your question about
they short 4 draft picks though. They don't have they short 4 of those for sure than what they would.
Exactly. I'm just going based off of things I've heard, conversations I've had. And so if you're to look at Milwaukee, right, and a pairing with a return of Taylor Jenkins, if you move Giannis to Orlando for Paolo Banchero, you find a way to trade Giannis to Milwaukee and pair Paolo and Ja Morant. I'm the same person who came on your show the day before it was announced that Slow-Mo would get a buyout.
And he got it
with the Memphis Grizzlies, and the next day it happened. So I have a track record that states that I know what I'm talking about, but I do know that Orlando and Milwaukee have had conversations about Paolo.
Me and Kenny was just spitballing around the deadline. I said Milwaukee needs to go to Orlando and go get Paolo for Giannis. That's who I would go. Yeah, for sure, man.
We got some folks in the comment section that have some questions for you around this Giannis situation. Given the Giannis situation, Scoop, how much leverage do the Bucks have with it known Giannis is more than likely going to be moved? Like, do they have leverage here, or do they want to just get off Giannis and make it the best possible transition?
I think it depends on what team you're talking to. I think this situation, if where we are currently, I know I've often made comparisons, and I'm just looking at where we are now, right? So I look at the James Harden situation in Philadelphia. When he wanted out of Philly and he ultimately went to the Clippers. Right. He made a stink for a long time. He called the owner a liar, and he got to the team he wanted to go to. The only holdup was that there were certain players on that team that the Clippers weren't willing to give up. But they ultimately, both teams, accommodated James Harden. And I think that a similar situation or a comparable situation is the Giannis situation. Like, there's certain teams he fits on. He fits on the Knicks. He fits on the Nets. He fits on Orlando. I think that the Nets are going to hold a hard line, right? If the Nets, for example, were to have a conversation with Milwaukee, the Nets are going to offer Michael Porter Jr., right? It depends on whether Milwaukee wants that. I think Paolo Banchero appears on the Orlando side as more of a polished product than Michael Porter Jr. because he's considered
the man. Yeah.
Right. So, like, Michael Porter Jr. has been on Denver. He's played alongside Jokic. He's played, so he was like a third or fourth option in Denver, and then was being converted to a top option in Brooklyn. That's kind of similar to Mikal Bridges leaving Phoenix, going to Brooklyn, and then he was made the man, but he's more who he's supposed to be in New York, in Manhattan, with the Knicks. I think in this situation, it's just a matter of the team and the conversation. And I also think that the longer this goes on, this goes for any team, the less certain teams are going to put up with. Like I put in my report about Giannis, the Nets weren't even interested in having a conversation with the Bucks at the deadline because they were tired of it, right? They might revisit it in the summertime, and they might have a Michael Porter conversation. I thought that the conversation was going to be both Michael Porter as well as Cam Thomas, but of course Cam Thomas is no longer a member of that team. But then when you look at, like, the Miami Heat, like, we're revisiting the same thing over and over and over again. Like, Khalil Ware, certain guys like that. Like, I don't have a problem with Khalil Ware. I'm not going to sully his future, but I think Khalil Ware versus Paolo Banchero, there's a big difference. Oh, yeah. Michael Porter Jr. and Giannis, there's a big difference. So I just think leverage just depends on the team and what they have to offer, and just regurgitated conversations over and over again. Like, talking about Ja and talking about Giannis at this point is like the television show Lamb Chop. It's literally the song that never ends.
You ain't lying, bro.
This is something I hadn't thought about. But MOP wants to know, with the Ja Morant conversations that are going around, is there an assumption by the Ja Morant camp that they'll have an extension coming into wherever they're traded? Like, because that's kind of what started all this with Memphis, was asking for an extension before, a couple years in advance. Is there going to be an expectation, do you think, by Team Morant, that they'll have an extension?
I love it, God, please no.
That's not a conversation that we have had. But what I will say is that the conversations that I have had has more been just about a philosophical difference between the front office and Ja. I never got a clear explanation as to whether it was about money or more just about flow. Whether it's, autonomy to move how he moves as a superstar, or if it had to do with money. Every indication that I've gotten since the season has been over is that Ja wants to be on a team where he can prove his worth. He knows his worth, and he's looking to be in a situation where he can win right away. Which is why I look at Phoenix from the intro of our show more than I look at Sacramento.
Do you think, from your conversations with people close to the Ja Morant situation, that there's any level of regret on Ja's end? Like, there's anything you feel like they wish they would have done different?
haven't gotten that, and I haven't gotten that indication because I don't think. I think they looked at going into this year. I think Ja looked at going into this year as he's just gonna go play basketball. I think that injury. I think anytime you get hurt, right? You get hurt, and then it's a pause, and then people have time to assess you, your career, your legacy in that city. You're always gonna go back to what you did wrong. Mm-hmm. And people are going to always look at the gun charge. People are going to always look at the second time. And I think that for him, it wasn't just that. It was also the disagreement with the coach that got magnified quite a bit. And I think when you're talking about his fits on the court, you're talking about his sneakers, you're talking about all the things that went wrong, it takes away from what he offered. And sometimes people, it's kind of you're only as good as your last game, your last story, your last tape. And I think that when people start coming at him and they start talking about that, then his response is, well, look at what I've done. I've got most improved player of the year. I've had MVP numbers. I've done this. I've done that. And I think just him as a competitor, I don't necessarily think that that's something he'll look at until he goes to his next stop if he's traded. I think it's one of those things of where sometimes you have so much tunnel vision, you don't see it until you're elsewhere. And you see the intricacies of another team, and you're like, I could have done it like this. I could have done it like that. Like, yeah, that's what I think. That's what I gather based off of my conversations.
During this whole thing, we got some more questions. We'll get to those in a second. But during this whole ordeal, hearing myself is just throwing my brain off so bad. Through this whole ordeal, there's been a lot of narratives that have been anti-Grizz or anti-front office narratives, right? It's probably too many to name. Like during this whole thing, that's what happened, and the Grizzlies haven't said anything in rebuttal to anything. Do you think that's a wise strategy on their part, or do you think they should be doing certain things to clarify some of the narratives that are out there? Or when you're in the trade negotiation thing, do you think that's a wise thing to do? How do you judge the way that they're going about just not? Because a lot of things that are out there, I know that they're not true. I know that the way that they're being presented aren't what's actually going on. But the Grizzlies aren't saying a thing. So,
my answer to that is kind of how we look at the climate that we're in right now. Mm-hmm. You know, everybody's money is funny in some way, rich or poor. Mm-hmm. You know, gas prices are high. You know, grocery prices are high. If you're in leadership and ignore that, that's tone deaf. Comparatively, you see what it is with Ja. To not address it, it depends on who you are. You give 1 point to Ja, you give 1 point to management. I think it's just based upon people's cognitive stance on it. I don't want to say ability because I don't want to talk down, but I feel like, you know, if you're the front office and you don't address it, is that an admission of guilt or fault, or is it we're not going to talk about it because they know that that's something that team could go back, meaning Ja or in his representation could go back to the media and say, hey, he said this. What do you think about that? And then they rebuttal, and then it gets more traction. Like, right. I think I feel like if I use the example of the government, if gas prices go down and grocery prices go down, people's attention spans are short. They might say, hey, XYZ, right? And then if you look at Ja and you look at the situation with management, say they keep him, and then they win. People's attention spans, they forget, you know. So I think it just depends on how you look at it. I see it from both angles.
Yeah, I've always found it odd that they're just kind of, because there's things that they could do to be like, okay, well, look, this is what's going on, and this is why we're doing XYZ, but they're choosing not to do anything.
I think what makes
forward with the trade, yeah, and it's like, that's kind of different.
I think what makes this so nuanced is like, Ja is so part of that city. Like, okay, I use Paolo Banchero as an example, right? Mm-hmm. When you go to Orlando, you're not going to check Paolo Banchero. You're going to see Mickey. When you go to Memphis, you're going to see Ja Morant, right? If Paolo got traded to Milwaukee, you still going to see the Green Bay Packers. Yep. Ja, the barometer for Ja is so high, and I use this example on every show. When you were in the 2000s, when you go to Philly, you was going to see Allen Iverson, right? You might have seen the Eagles, like you saw Donovan McNabb, but You're going to Philly to see the 76ers and Allen Iverson. I feel like what makes this so nuanced is moving or keeping a player of his magnitude can make or break that infrastructure. Like, maybe the only other more current example that I can use is like Allen Iverson's impact on Cleveland. Excuse me, LeBron's impact on Cleveland. Sorry. Let me rewind and take back. The only impact that you can think about is LeBron's impact in Cleveland. When you came to Cleveland, you was coming to see LeBron. You weren't going to see the Browns. The Browns are cool, but LeBron's impact on a city was so impactful. When he left, you felt it. And I wonder what that would look like with Ja if he's moved.
Mm-hmm. I'll give a rebuttal on that from somebody that's here. I'm a Memphian. I think that building still ain't selling out with Ja being here. Like that, we had the most buzzing times in this city were not the Ja Morant era. It was when Zebo and them was here. It was more buzzing in that arena.
Sure.
Ja being here gave us more hope of like being something bigger, or like being like a champion, or having like being like a national brand or whatever. Like Ja definitely created the hope for those conversations, but we never got there. Like we never after that 21-22 buzz. Now, if you ask your regular, just somebody in another state or some other city, they know who Ja Morant is. He's a big deal. But yeah, we were buzzing before Ja. We'll buzz after Ja. Like listen. I ain't saying it to be combative. I'm just saying like it did exist before he was here. It hadn't even got to the point where it was since he's been here.
Sure. No, I think again, I always respect the locale and the people who were there. I've been in your city for less than 24 hours,
right?
And so I wouldn't dare combat with you because you would know. I do think that Memphis team with Zebo and Mike Conley Jr. and Marc Gasol and those guys were bussing, and
We've been chasing that buzz for a long time.
Yeah, I don't no disagreement out of me.
Yeah, for sure. But like,
and I think to a certain degree, Ja Morant's been chasing that buzz too.
Yeah.
I think there's a level of wanting to be in that echelon of a Tony Allen and a Zach Randolph, and it's just not there yet. Like it's just, and more than likely it will never be there because while the talent level is so far and above better than in Ja Morant is better than any of those guys. It was the longevity, the playing of the games. It was the way they engaged in the city, as a way that that was just different. And so Zach Randolph and Tony Allen will forever be adored, no matter what happens in this city because of that. And I wonder if Ja has been like chasing that this entire time too.
A lot of these massive Ja Morant fans, they ain't buying no tickets in no games, bro. They live in comment sections and on Twitter and stuff. They ain't getting. They ain't turning no turnstiles because Sain
is getting on them comments.
No, man.
Today, man.
A lot of people who spend money on the Grizzlies games, they'll go on social media and say another game I bought for my kids to see Ja, and he's in street clothes. Like, you know what I mean? Or you go to games and it's a road game now because Ja ain't playing. Like your stars do what stars do, bro. Like they play games and people can come see.
And I think,
especially in your home market, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah.
And I think what sets Ja apart from Gasol, Zebo, and others is they've never had a star. Like those guys are blue collar stars that grew with the community. Ja is a bona fide star and he knows it. And when you're a star, you get treatment that other guys don't get. But at a point,
two-way though,
people get.
You're not permanently a star, bro. Stars have to do what stars do.
Oh, I agree.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
We're walking on the side. We're walking on the street on the same street, just on a different side. But we're still gonna get to our destination. At the end of the day, like you said, a star has to produce, and a star has to act like a star, right? Yeah. Jason Tatum was hurt from last season to this season. He could have milked it, but he came back. And so he's respected in Boston for coming back and busting ass. Right?
Jaylen Brown, star.
Jaylen Brown. But Jaylen Brown is a star and it gets treated like a Zebo or a Marc Gasol, but he's actually a star. He may not have a star look like Tatum, but he busts ass just like Tatum too.
But something about Memphis, though, man, like to your point, to Zebo, Mark, Mike, TA, when them dudes is here, it was never a time where I heard anybody say, I'm done with these dudes. Like I ain't never heard nobody say that. Heard it about Ja all the time, bro. Like he's just never been. Only thing we got frustrated about with them dudes was Tony Allen missing layups. like that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, or even with Dylan Brooks, it was like I was done with Dylan because he's a chunker. He's gonna take 40 shots. But the stuff that Ja's done, man, like there are people who clearly are gonna miss him. But I think the consensus for the city is that, man, look, either do it or don't, man. And you ain't been doing it. You ain't did it in 3 years, bro. So
I really like that comment on the bottom with the 1P Shark where he said that, Lakers, Celtics, and Warriors fans coming to the arena.
Yep.
I think that's across the league. I think across the league you have Lakers, Celtics, Warriors, Bulls, Knicks fans who come to the arena and are they fans of the local team or are they fans of the visiting team? You know the answer to that question. It's like football with Steelers fans or
sure.
Cowboys fans.
Yeah, I just think that like my guy W Young MM is saying that it's probably 50-50 split. I do not think that's true. I think there are a lot of people in the city that are done with this whole John Morant situation. Because there are people who were on this way before this year. They were like when that first gun incident happened, when the first the Joshua Holloway thing happened, like they were done. Like they were like, man, that dude needs to be out of here. You know what I mean? And a lot of us, like myself, are late to the party. But I don't think it's 50-50, man. I think there are a lot of people who are frustrated with buying season tickets. And for a player that I've done the math, has played 33% of the home games in the last 3 years. Like that's a fact, bro. Like you're not playing home games, you ain't playing road games. Like why? How are you selling tickets and you're not playing games? Like there has to be. You can't. If anybody in the world said when people said the Pelicans were investing in Zion, they're like, oh, why they investing in Zion? He never plays. He's played twice as many games as Ja has. Like he's like if somebody said, oh, let's trade Anthony Davis. Oh yeah, of course he stays hurt. But like people like, oh, you can't trade John Morant. He's a superstar. Like,
yeah,
why are they the same energy?
It gotta make sense. Like the whole Zion thing. Zion is nuanced to Zion's market, but also I feel like Zion is what sells merchandise for New Orleans, and so to just get rid of him, I think the Pelicans specifically look at it from a football market because they also own the Saints. But I also know that for Zion has also reached all of the check marks for that team this season. And, as I mentioned before, they're willing to offer him an extension as early as this summer in the 25 to 30 million range, I'm told. So, Zion and Ja came in together, but they have two different realities at this point in their career.
So we got a couple more questions in the comments section. Go ahead, Anthony.
My guy Roy Mays. I want to just the Roy Mays I know. Probably not. He says it's funny I'm watching people from the city switch up on Ja a few months ago. Everybody was on Ja's side. I've been against Ja since he became a Grizzly. My never change is never. I don't know. This might be the Roy Mays I know too. That I think about it. Yeah, that's interesting to say. But no, I thought he was saying something different. But man, my thing to that is, you know better, you do better. Everything's got a breaking point. If a guy is liking your girl pictures and she liked the response or whatever, there's one level. You might deal with that and y'all move on. And then your girl might be out there fucking somebody else. And you say, okay, that's it. But like, I don't understand the whole why y'all switch. It got worse, bro. It got worse. Like, I don't know why people get an explanation for that. We're gonna move off of that particular subject pertaining to Ja and switch over to what I really want to talk about. What I'm getting excited about. Did we address all the stuff in the comments?
Yeah,
I don't want to scoop up too much longer.
Yeah, there's a few more. There's one more that I want to do. An interesting development today happened, and that's that the Chicago Bulls general manager or the owner came out and basically said, if you want this job as a head of basketball operations, you've got to want Billy Donovan as your head coach. And then all of a sudden, Billy Donovan decides to leave the Chicago Bulls after 6 years today. What's going on in Chicago? Do you see them being like? Are they going to be clearing house now? Like, what are your thoughts on? Have you heard anything from Chicago and their people about what's happening over there? And
it's my understanding that the head coach of Florida is very much sought after. on the Golden State side, and if he were to go to Golden State, Billy Donovan would return to Florida.
Go back to Florida.
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh, damn.
That's what I preliminarily have heard. But I do know that just with the front office with the Bulls, just the controversy with the player that they let go was kind of the icing on the cake for the front office. But as far as, this offseason, as far as just the team overall, number one, they've been chasing Michael's ghost forever. Number two, the Bulls just can't get someone of a star caliber to come to that organization. Like, you look at Mark Eversley and all of those guys that came into their front office, and they built their team around Vooch, Lonzo Ball, Zach LaVine doing well. And Lonzo was hurt, LaVine was hurt, and then played basically point guard by committee. And then they drafted Kobe White, and he exceedingly and abundantly played well for that team, but he ultimately was shipped to Charlotte. There was a belief in Chicago from folks that I've spoken with that they really thought that they could land Giannis at the deadline. There was also belief that they could get Zion Williamson at the deadline. And from those that I've spoken to about the Zion side, there was one call, just like with the Washington Wizards. There was one call, but ultimately nobody was able to snag Zion, and the Bulls were still stuck where they were. Kobe White was almost shipped to the Minnesota Timberwolves, and it didn't happen. But ultimately, that Bulls window in competitive play in the Eastern Conference was when Vooch, LaVine, and Lonzo Ball were the focal point, and they still had to compete with other teams in the Eastern Conference, and they were hurt all the time. And so, just knowing the Bulls the way that I know them, it was my understanding that their head coach also wanted some front office duties. And Billy Donovan, and having that dual role, just like I believe Doc Rivers wanted that dual role as both a front office guy as well as a head coach. I think for the Bulls, I think starting from scratch is very difficult. I just think that the Bulls they owe their fan base a lot more. This is a team that, their TV network, they started their own television network. And a lot of those fans that were fans of that team couldn't even watch their games for the first half of the season, but were still following along with the team. Like, this is an organization that the fans have invested in locally, but they're disappointed every year. The White Sox and the Bulls, are on that television network, but the Bears are the only thing that the fans, have to look forward to. And, they were disappointed at the end of this season, and it's really starting from scratch. But in answer to your question directly, it's my understanding that Donovan, if that Florida job becomes vacant, he could accept that job in Florida.
That's crazy.
I just cannot see Todd Golden doing well in the NBA, to be honest with you.
Agreed.
I don't see it. I think his personality is such that, bro, you don't get to run over professional basketball players like you do in college, right? Like, scream at people the way that I just don't see it. I don't see it.
So what I'll say is this. I have felt this way. I have not said this on your show. I have said this on other shows, but number one, I think the Golden State Warriors, once they traded, what you said?
About to blow it up.
Once you trade Klay Thompson, you knew they delayed the inevitable for a few extra years, right? Or a year and a half, 2 years, right? Mm-hmm. I have said this on shows, and I'll say it on your show. I really do believe that the Charlotte Hornets retiring Del Curry's jersey, inviting Steph Curry and Seth Curry to their arena for the retirement ceremony was the overture for what many have talked about for a long time. And you know what I'm saying. I'm not going to say anymore.
Right. Come on back home, man.
But that's what I do think. I think that an ideal and perfect world would be the Charlotte Hornets having a conversation with the Golden State Warriors in the offseason involving a number 30 and Kobe White in exchange.
30 and Kobe. What? Oh,
you have to.
Steph and Kobe.
Yes.
I thought you were talking about for LaMelo. And them getting their pick. That's the pick they should have took that year anyway.
Well, I'll tell you what. The Golden State Warriors did have a conversation with the Toronto Raptors as well as the Philadelphia 76ers back in 2019 when LaMelo was drafted in 2018 or 2019. 2019.
19, right?
There was a conversation heavily about Clay. I keep saying Clay, long light skin guy. There was a conversation about LaMelo Ball going to the Golden State Warriors, and it was a conversation amongst the Warriors, the Philadelphia 76ers, and the Toronto Raptors back then in 2019. And LaMelo Ball would have become a Golden State Warrior. I remember I was getting calls from Philadelphia telling me to shut up, stop saying that, stop saying it, calling me, FaceTiming me, texting me, call me, shut up.
It'll be hard to not get excited about Steph going to the Hornets though. That should be crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. All right, let's talk about the real deal, man. Let's get into it, man. Talk me off the ledge, Scoop B, man. My eyes are laser focused on Jalen Green. I liked him since high school. He was almost a Memphis Tiger. Were you aware of that?
Yes.
You knew that? Okay. He was almost a Memphis Tiger at one time.
Yep.
Him and Ja, were cool when they came into the league. He was a little bro to Ja or whatever. That was the highlight. That was the big story in the story that you wrote, that the Phoenix Suns may be interested in the Ja Morant and the Jalen Green trade. How much of Jalen Green looking like Michael Jordan in the play-in tournament and also hold his own in game one of the NBA playoffs? Do you think that's too little too late, or they still ready to move on for Jalen Green regardless of what happens in this series or what happened in the play-in or whatever? Or do you still think that they feel like a backcourt of Ja Morant, a true point guard, and Devin Booker is more in line with
and his best friend Dylan Brooks? Let's not forget that.
And John's friend Dylan Brooks.
I think it's a conversational starter. I know that those are real conversations that they're having behind the scene. I don't like to talk people off a ledge because I don't want them to come back from the dead and kick my ass. But what I'll say is that I think it's a move that would be mutually beneficial for both teams. I think that Jalen Green does have a face that has star caliber to it, right. Not just because of who he dates and because of just him moving around, but and the controversial reasons for why he dates that person more so. But I do think that he would be. I think he would fit in Memphis very well. I think Drea would fit in Memphis very well. But I go ahead. I'm
gonna say something. I don't mean to cut you out, brother. It's something you're leaving out, man. You're skating around. I'm gonna say it in your ear, man. I ain't gonna say it in the mic. I'm gonna say it in your ear, man. Man, niggas love Jalen Green in Memphis, bro. Niggas like Jalen Green. Oh, come on, bro.
What is it?
Bro, I told you, I called you on the phone. I said, Scoop, it's a factor in Memphis. I don't think you understand. It's called the Yuka factor. He would bring Jalen Green, the type of dude that'll bring the Yuka in Memphis. And then Scoop was like, you mean like Street Fighter? Hell no, Scoop. I don't mean like no goddamn. I ain't talking about her. I'm talking about,
listen, I ain't know. Okay.
Hey, in the comments, if y'all know what the Yuka is, put it in the comments. Y'all already know what it. But yeah, he just one of those type of, we love erratic, up and down hoopers in Memphis, bro. If you the type of dude who can go off for 40, and next time you score 4, we don't care about that 4, man. We just remember that 40, bro. That's kind of shit would be on. Kenny, your ass full of shit too, bro. You full of shit about that, all of us. Yeah, you full of shit too.
Kenny, minus the word he used, what's your rebuttal?
I don't have a rebuttal. I completely agree. I texted you. I tweeted at you the night you put that story out and was like, call Phoenix right now and make it happen. Like, I'm so down for Jalen Green in Memphis.
Yeah. Y'all talking that shit. Tell me one dude on our team that can do what that man did in the play-in. Like, they can go off and score that kind of points.
Right. I got you. I know
y'all love losers, man. I know y'all love losers in Memphis, man. But y'all better get with the real, bro. Go ahead.
I noticed that when I tweeted that story, usually when you tweet stuff you hear and you put stuff out, people will give you, he's full of shit. That's not gonna happen. This is BS. Like, it was so calm when I said it. I said, damn. Like, and it's like it was from both sides. It wasn't just Memphis. It was. Well, Phoenix was a little bit more erratic. I'll be honest with you. Memphis was calm. Phoenix was like, hell no.
I saw that.
Ja's a thug. That kind of conversation.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Which to me is kind of fitting to Phoenix in comparison to Memphis. You just when you move around, you kind of just know how different regions are. Listen, I'm not from Memphis, but I get the pulse based off of what you shared. Phoenix, I've been to Phoenix, and I get their pulse too. I just think I think he would fit like a glove.
Man,
I'm looking at these comments. I think that move would help everybody.
Yeah, bro. I would talk your ass off. I would be amped if Jalen Green was on this team, bro, because he's just an entertaining dude, bro. Like in Memphis, we like a dude who just be like, fuck it, I'm gonna drop 50 in his whole.
Kind of like a J.R. Smith, kind of.
Yes, bro.
Yes, bro. Yes.
Yeah, I get you.
Y'all can talk y'all that, bro. When Lance Stevenson played 1 year here,
we love
that
him.
shit was fun than a motherfucker, bro.
They played 30-something dudes they had 37 dudes play for the team that year, and we loved Lance so much.
When Tyreek Evans was here for half a year, bro, the Yuka was back, bro. The Yuka was back like a motherfucker, bro. But Tyreek was here. Ja can't shoot, so it ain't the same thing. Like a dunk or a floater, it ain't the same thing. But like a dude, crazy ass threes and jumpers like that, killing your ass in the mid range. We own this shit, bro, for real. Yeah, we like a little ignorance, bro, for real.
I'm learning.
Hey, bro, we get excited, man. Hey, that's why John Peel does, bro. But like John, you just too far out there now, big dog. Like we gotta let the streets have you, bro. You just out there too tough. That's what happened with 12 with me. You know what I'm saying? But like John definitely has that appeal. John has the appeal of Memphis. Like he's a Memphis type of dude for sure, and that's why a lot of people don't want to let John go. That's why after 3 years of bullshit, we still like, oh man, John star, motherfucker, he ain't a star. Cause them days is over. Like they can get back, but currently today he is not a star, bro. You got to be playing basketball games to be a star, bro. Ain't nobody here running around talking about Brandon Roy is a star. Like, I'm just saying, bro. Like you got to play, bro. You know what I mean? Like that window opens and closes real fast, man. But yeah. The folks said Lance and Tyreek era was fun to say. Fuck yeah, bro. Bro, you got it, but I'm gonna say this to you, bro. I'm gonna let you go. Scoop, you done gave me a whole hour. This shit went by so fast, brother.
Sure did.
I got one question for you, man. When you look at guys like Jalen Green, you look at guys like Jonathan Kuminga, you even go back to guys like Brandon Jennings. Do you feel there is some type of stigma, whether it's media or fan related, that comes in grading those type of guys on a different type of curve who didn't go the traditional route? Because it seems like those guys get so much bullshit.
Yes.
Yeah.
I and I'll tell you why. The most recent example I could give is Ace Bailey.
Yes, bro.
That was, I covered Ace at Rutgers last year, and his agent was not a traditional agent, and the media did their homework and found out that he didn't even get his certification, and so they started calling him his manager. And you know, I'll tell you that it was told to me that when he was going through his draft process, the Jazz front office, Danny Ainge, and people above him always wanted Ace Bailey, but they had questions about his agent. And basically, from what I know, it was iterated to him, or it was iterated to Ace Bailey that you get rid of that agent at some point, and we want you. And so he eventually fired his agent, and you know, but that relationship that he had with his agent was so much more than just agent. It was, you know, it went back to when he was in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and that agent moved him to Atlanta. That agent was from New Jersey, and that agent, you know, got him in at Rutgers. And so there was so much more to it than him just being his agent. He brought him from Chattanooga, Tennessee to Atlanta area to Rutgers to the NBA. And so a lot of times you talk about a Brandon Jennings where, you know, he you're laughing because I'm talking about Chattanooga?
No, I'll let the folks in the comments. Bro.
Okay.
I hate these folks, bro, for real.
I'm seeing the comments. You know, you look at you look at Brandon Jennings, who was advised by Sonny Vaccaro to go the route in Europe or to play in Italy. And you know, more specifically, the reason why he did play in Italy was because he didn't have the grades to get in and go to Arizona. Both and you know, when you buck the system, you're looked at funny.
Yeah,
and people will look at ways to poke holes.
Every one of them, bro. They come in like just undressing these dudes before they hit the league, and then they grade them on a different curve, man. Like every dude who didn't go the traditional route, or whether you can start off like Ace Baylor did, and then like it don't matter, bro. I'm chasing the biggest dollar in college. You can
right.
Like, whatever dude does it, and like it's clear what they're doing, or they're trying to control their own narrative.
When you look at when you look at Ace Bailey specifically, it was more a matter of the fact that he didn't work out for the Sixers, right? And it was interesting because it was relayed to me that there were people who are stars on the 76ers currently, Tyrese Maxey, who did not report for a workout with the 76ers, and he was still drafted by the 76ers. And so it was relayed to me. They did not. It was kind of like a misunderstanding as to why people were being so hard on Ace Bailey about doing the same thing. And I said because Ace Bailey is Ace Bailey, and Tyrese Maxey then is not Tyrese Maxey now. That was when Tyrese Maxey came to Philly. That was still Joel Embiid's team. It's Tyrese Maxey's team now. I think in the case of Ja Morant, I think we knew Ja Morant was going to be a special talent, but I think if you go back, I think the general consumer was looking at Zion Williamson as the next LeBron, right? And I think nobody looked at Ja Morant as being the star that he became in the NBA. Like we talked about Zion first, then we talked about Ja. I think the reverse has actually happened where we're talking about Ja first and then Zion. I think that Zion has gone the route of just being quiet. He didn't buck the system in spite of the fact that he's missed a lot of games or has gained weight or lost weight or what have you. I think in the case of Ja, we're really talking about fighting with some kids, some guns, and not getting along with coaches, and now seemingly wants to be traded. Like those things in the eyes of the consumer is actions detrimental to the team. I don't think in the case of Zion, eating is things detrimental to the team. So it's just different. And I like Zion. Zion and I are cool, but that's how I feel. Like guns and eating are two different things.
Oh man, that's all I got, bro. So, man, Scoop B, man, is the best in the business, bro. Follow him on Twitter. I can't remember the brothers.
At Scoop B.
At Scoop B.
At Scoop B on Twitter.
Hey, man, it's 421, man. Recovery, man.
Yeah, you should have been. Hey, that's why there's a reason we didn't have you on yesterday, Scoop.
Yeah.
This conversation would have gone off the rails a lot quicker,
man.
bro.
I was either gonna be pregame or in the act, man. Yesterday was a fun day.
The timing is everything.
Hey, call up my boy Jason Mitchell last night, man. We kicked it last night, man.
Amen. Yes, sir.
Yeah, but we about to go to break. This is my guy, Scoop B, man. Appreciate you, brother. We about to take a break. When we come back, so we're more to enter the same show. See y'all in a minute.
Some dreams don't just come true, they come with 4 paws. At Puppy Dreams, we match loving families with happy, healthy puppies. From playful companions to lifelong best friends, your perfect match is waiting. And with our professional grooming spa, your pup will look as amazing as they feel. Visit Puppy Dreams today and meet the one who's been waiting just for you.
Speaking of which, we finally, only a month after the alleged due date, got an answer today from Aaron Brad. You misspelled that. Should be an L, not an H. Aaron Bradshaw.
Oh, my bad.
Has entered the portal.
So rude.
Thankfully.
I think we all got our wish. Aaron's out of here.
No, not me.
No,
Kenny wanted him back.
Kenny.
I wanted Simon Majock back. He's no longer back. I want a big.
Shocking because
I want a
hated
big.
Simon. We'll get a big.
Are there any more bigs?
As it relates to the United States prospects, yes. But as we've seen, the staff is not afraid to add from overseas.
Okay.
There's a 7-footer over there somewhere. that is serviceable.
I'm gonna pull a Brad Underwood and just stash a whole roster of European dudes.
Tune in to Tigers Untapped with your hosts, Trey Lasley and TJ Willis, every Tuesday at 3 p.m. on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel. And that's Earth.
That's the coolest freaking thing I've ever seen in my life.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, are you kidding me? Golly.
How in the hell are these astronauts not the biggest celebrities in the entire world?
They
Like,
should be.
Justin Bieber can sing his ass off. Coachella was great. Like, that was awesome. But how in the hell is Reed Wiseman and the pilot from this Artemis 2, like, how are they not like known and like the most famous people in the world?
We idolize the wrong things. People who make accomplishments like this that further our species, that further our known knowledge, who are pushing the far limits of science, absolutely should be rock stars. Ninja DJs, right? They used to be like those old Apollo crews and stuff. Were rock stars back in the day, but we're truly missing an opportunity to celebrate what is one of the coolest accomplishments of generations, and nobody's talking about it. They went 250,000 miles from Earth. Sorry, flat earthers and all you people out there who think it was fake and staged. It weren't.
Tune into the Two Buck Sports Show with Rusty Witten and Drew Gann, Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel. Tired of the same old fast food? The soggy fries, the frozen flavors, the meals that never quite hit right. Head over to Waldo's Chicken and Beer, where everything starts fresh and flavor comes first. Our chicken is fried in rich beef tallow for that bold, old-school crunch you can actually taste. Don't skip the premium homemade southern sides, fresh greens, hearty white beans, and creamy mac and cheese made to complete the meal. Bring your whole family. There's plenty of space to relax, plus a game room the kids will love. Catch the game on big screens, grab a drink at the full bar, and enjoy happy hour specials every day from 3 to 6, all day on Tuesday and Sunday. Waldo's Chicken and Beer. Real food, real flavor, made from scratch.
Yeah, man. Welcome back to the Anthony Sain Show. Shout out to my guy Scoop. Had some stuff going on.
You feel better now? You feel better now
good.
without hearing his voice, hearing your voice? And
Yeah, man. I like Scoop. You gotta get you some AirPods or something, my guy.
Listen, if
No.
Scoop didn't bring the heat every single time, I'd be calling and being like, "Bro, we gotta figure out your whole situation, bro."
We might ship Scoop out a little situation, man.
I might have to get him like a headphones and a mic or something, bro. That's rough.
Yeah, man, for sure.
Somebody said he's got the Martin Luther King Jr. microphone.
Yeah, man. But boy, man, Scoop B, man, good stuff, man, for sure. From my guy Scoop B. Interesting part of the conversation that I just think people have to remember in this whole thing, man.
Yeah,
like what the label of star is not permanent, bro. That stuff comes and goes, and like I just remember thinking. I just remember gloating about winning the OJ Mayo Kevin Love trade.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And that totally flipped upside down. You know what I mean? I just think of a lot of examples like that, like guys who you thought one guy was better than another guy. You look up and that shit just ain't the case no more, bro. You know what I mean? Like I had a conversation with somebody talking about, the Grizzlies were, man, we were second in the West, man, just a few years ago. And, I was like, bro, have you pay attention to what else has happened around that? You know what I mean? The San Antonio Spurs were 13th in the West. The Oklahoma City Thunder were 10th in the West last time we were second in the West. They've won a championship since then. You know what I mean? Like a lot is the Dallas Mavericks were like 14th. Yeah. And they've been to the finals since then. Like that stuff is none of that stuff is set in stone, man. You have to constantly be evolving, constantly have to be changing, constantly have to be growing, man.
Yeah.
Like when that thing first happened, when that trade first happened, folks was like, damn. for nothing. They got Paul George for nothing.
OKC got fleeced, bro.
Yeah,
Like, what?
they drafted the fucking league. That dude turned to the league MVP, man. You know what I mean? Like stuff just be happening, man. Guys, you know, they move on. But yeah,
hey, can I say something real quick before we move on? I know we got to
ahead.
get going pretty quick, but
yeah, we behind. Man, we running long.
running
Like
long
we
as
talking
hell.
that man. Say we were talking to that man for 10 minutes, man. We talking that man a whole hour. God damn.
That happened. That first segment goes
I
down.
don't even remember nothing I asked that man. No,
We had.
go ahead, bro.
I'll put the video out later. You can rewatch it and go, man, damn. Hey, you're gonna go, damn. That was a good interview, bro.
Oh, man, I just got really distracted. I was in a meeting before the show started, volleyball stuff. Y'all pray for us, man, because Memphis Magic volleyball, we really about to crank it up. We're looking at doing 8 clinics and then a play day this summer, and then kicking off our leagues in the fall to kind of line up with the end of a fall volleyball. So yeah, man, we're getting stressed out here. But no, but what you're saying,
we did a whole clip. We did I was on the $2 Sports Show yesterday with Rusty, and I showed the videos of the Artemis 2 landing, and I just was like, why are we not celebrating this more? Like that was crazy to see a moon landing, a moon circumference around the dark side of the moon coming back. It was the longest flight ever. We celebrated the re-entry of the Artemis 2 back into the Earth's atmosphere. Unbelievable. The astronauts are incredible, and I cannot
no clue what you're talking about.
I cannot tell you how many people have like responded to that by saying that they think that shit was fake. All right. Let me just say this. Even in our comment section, Jay Den, I'm going to show a lot of love to you. Artemis landing was clearly fake. I just want to say this. There are people out there that are a lot smarter than us, right? That do things at different in ways that we can't do things. Like me and Anthony, if you put us in charge of the Artemis 2, we would blow that shit up. It would be terrible. We'd ruin it. Just because we don't understand how they were able to do things doesn't make it fake. It just means those guys are really, really smart, and they're really, really good at what they do, and it should be celebrated.
Yeah, I don't even know what y'all talking about, but God bless y'all.
God bless you.
God bless everybody, man, who got back safely and didn't blow up in his mother.
I just think it's funny, like just because you see somebody flying in space, it's like, well, I couldn't do that, so that must be fake. Nah, man, you're not them.
Yeah, I think that first time was some bullshit though. The one with Neil Armstrong, I think that shit was fake. But you know, who am I? Well, what is my opinion about it?
Artemis 2 re-entry was more real than the Wilt 100-point game.
Also probably true. But you know that we're gonna see Wemby score 100 points in the game, right?
Oh, 100%. That's happening.
Who'd it be against? He gonna pick a night where he's just gonna be pissed off. He gonna say, I feel like scoring 100. He's gonna go out there and do this shit. He gonna do it. He's gonna do it, man. If Bam can do it, Wemby can do it.
He's gonna do it against Sacramento.
He gonna do it. He gonna do it probably next year.
Hell no.
Let him not win MVP. He might start out the season, game 1. I'm gonna score 100 points on the first game of the season. Score 100 points, bro. That shit gonna happen. But hell no, because he ain't doing this shit on Zach Edey. Zach Edey have his ass on the ground. But now,
Zach will put him out the game.
Yeah, Zach ain't going for this shit, man.
Zach's 3-0 against him.
Hey, man, y'all better go watch some highlights, man.
You better go watch some Zach Edey highlights.
Your ass, bro. Y'all better go watch some highlights. Nah, man. I heard Rusty and them today talking about they didn't realize that Andre Drummond's only 32. Like, Andre Drummond's been 32 for 10 years too. Like he won't go past 32. But think about this though. Like, I'm gonna tell you what. To explain that whole Mandela effect of how old is Andre Drummond. I'm calling it Mandela effect. It's not, but the whole people thinking he's older than he is, way older than what they think he is.
Yeah,
it comes down to one factor, one thing that happened when the Lakers got him and they tried to act like he was washed and they couldn't do anything with him. It made you think in your head that he was old, but that happened like 5 years ago. That dude was like 27,
and he's still balling out. Tell me you wouldn't love Andre Drummond on this team.
Yeah, so we didn't have Taj Gibson out 300% would have won him. But I mean, I think I'd rather go get a big in this draft. But hey, all our draft picks might be going to the first pick, so not that first pick we take. We might be consolidating our picks. Yeah. But yeah, I would love Andre Drummond on this team. But yeah, he's only 32 years old, man. You would think that he's damn near LeBron in the man.
Which is why I get tripped out by people talking about Giannis. Giannis is 30. Like
people confuse him. That's crazy that he's only 2 years old. That makes Giannis feel old to me if he's only 2 years older than Giannis.
Yeah,
but I'm gonna tell you another thing about Drummond. It's the fact that people think he's DeAndre Jordan. People confuse
That's
him.
It.
Jordan
That's it. That's it. Yeah.
They confuse him and DeAndre Jordan. They're kind of tied at the hip as far as which one are you? Oh, okay, you're the other one. All right. That's kind of their thing too, man. He said, I just know. He always like he musty. Just like Draymond Green, always like he just got the pool. If black people understand, I mean, Draymond Green always looks like he just got out of the swimming pool. But anyway, we got to show some love to our people, man. We're going to start off with puppy dreams, man. Puppies make life better, man. Get with them. They're on Germantown Parkway, 901-763-8523 is the phone number. Puppy dreams. You can go there and find actual puppies in their recently remodeled showroom to get to know them before purchasing. They got a full-service grooming salon inside. They got a 1-year warranty with financing available. All puppies come from USDA certified breeders. They give it to good people at Puppy Dreams. They add a new member to your family, man. Also, guys, show love to people at Waldo's Chicken and Beer. Fantastic crew out there, man. I told y'all that our oldest daughter, Autumn, got hired out there, man. She's a Nepo baby, man. When you know people, they give her. I said, man, just give her a good look, man. Give her an interview. That's all I ask of you, man. They said she killed the interview. They're excited about bringing her on. They got a made-from-scratch kitchen, nothing frozen, all fresh food. It's a great spot for families. Everything is fried in all beef tallow with no oil. Premium southern sides like greens, white beans, macaroni and cheese. I ain't had no white beans, and man, I need to get some of them joints.
Man, white beans are fire. I love white beans.
Bust it, bro. Oh my God. They got a game room with a full bar and TVs for the full family experience. Happy hour drink specials all day on Tuesday and Sunday, every day from 3 to 6. Make sure you come out and check me out Thursday for music bingo. This particular weekend and this particular Thursday, we're doing the King of Pop, Michael Jackson.
Hell yeah. For the movie coming out Friday, right?
For the movie coming out on Friday. Really coming out Thursday night. But we'll be at Waldo's doing it. We're actually doing it today. This ain't an ad, but it almost got to be. No, I'm doing it tonight. Go on my social media channels and find out. Because y'all ain't getting nothing for free, man. You ain't getting nothing for free on Anthony Sain Show, man. So go check it out on my social media pages to find out where, or on Eventbrite on the Cerrito Entertainment to see where, or just type in Music Bingo, Michael Jackson Music Bingo. You'll see where I'm at tonight. I ain't giving nobody no free goddamn ass, man. But happy birthday to my guy King Meeks too, man.
Yeah, man. 40. He said 46 years old. King Meeks.
Yeah,
Let's go,
man. My man King Meeks, man. Also, you might want to get your hair cut tonight, King Meeks. Get the baldy, man. You know what I'm saying? Freshen up a little bit, man. Give my guy Antonio Jones, man, the master definition. 30 years in the barbering industry. It's a clean, family-friendly environment. Natural and enhanced styles they handle. Superior grooming for men, women, and children. That's my guy, Antonio Jones. Smash that QR code and book with him today. If you're looking for a quality used car, man, you got to give it to good people at Carway, man. Carway Automotive Group, 6154 Summer Avenue. Give them a call, 901-440-8251. Bad credit, no problem. Carway, the right way.com is a website. Check out all the amazing cars they got on that lot, man. They got one I'm looking at real hard. Y'all bet that go buy that joint, man.
What are you looking for? The Telluride?
The Telluride. Yeah, they got a Telluride.
Man, you're gonna love that Telluride, man.
That mug clean, bro. I want that mug for sure, man. Hey, don't go buy that goddamn Telluride.
don't go take Anthony's car now. He's got
man. The same fella. We trying to get that joint, man. So
I tell you right, you're gonna love that Telluride, man.
It look good, man. The big boy jump, man.
Yes,
three row jump, man. You know what I'm saying? You might want to be a Barbie girl living in a Barbie world, man. Get you a what's that joint called, man? The Pink Beetles. They got
Beetle, man.
Only place in the world you can buy a Pink Beetle is at Carway, man. Get with them, Carway Automotive Group, and of course, my guy, man, the big dog, Reggie Freeman Alexander, man. Get with him. 20 years experience in the pest and rodent control world. Homegrown business from a born and raised Memphian, committed to excellence by applying human and pet friendly products that are safe and highly efficient to meet your pest control needs. Give them a call, 901-628-4867. gradeapservices@gmail.com is the email address. Ken, it's time for the three-pointer. We're talking about three things going on in the world. God damn it, I was celebrating 420, man. I was with my guy. Man, pulled up on my cousin. I got a cousin got an apartment downtown. And we were out there kicking it, man. We were watching the game, man. We're celebrating the holiday, man. We're in a festival. We watching the game, but the game more so watching us. We ain't really comprehending what's going on, man. We looked up Denver, got to a big lead. Damn, man, they gonna get on that ass, man. If any of them get packed up like this, man, they get on that ass. Yeah, man, we enjoying the light. We look up, man. The goddamn Minnesota came back. Like, oh, shit. Then none of us really process what we were watching, bro. Minnesota just started coming back and busting their ass, bro. So it was a big win for the Timberwolves last night. I want to play some clips from the game, man. Let's start off with Anthony Edwards breaking down their defensive strategy against the Denver Nuggets.
Yeah, this is the one. Let me make sure I got
to
the right
be
one.
measured with your explosiveness. You know, pace yourself. You look like you're Griffin, except for when you're going.
I love that. I love Anthony Edwards, dude.
So much, bro. So much.
Dude. Look at him. I'm sorry, I had to stop it. Look at that dude.
Going for blocks. Why?
What?
I hate to say this, but we had the star conversation, right?
Yeah.
When you're that level of star, there's a lot more grace given to you for the bullshit.
Yes.
You know, you can be mad ignorant like Anthony Edwards, and that shit is cute because you're a dog on the court.
Because you just won a playoff game.
Yeah, exactly. Go ahead, bro.
You
Being shit.
Why are you jumping so high? Is it automatic? Are you not thinking about it? It's just when the ball is up, you're going for it?
I'm just trying to, I just be watching Dwayne Wade clips. He was beating shit at the rim, so I just be trying to beat shit at the rim. That's all. Like, people come in the rim and Rudy ain't down there, I'm trying to beat that shit. I don't care who it is. So if you come down there and you see people down there, I'm going up.
So you're not thinking about.
I don't give a damn. I'm trying to beat that shit.
And listen to this one. This one's so good. He gets up there and looks at the box score.
I'm ass.
I'm ass. Hey, bro. Hey, man. I pulled for ass so hard, bro.
Oh,
God. Hey, bro. I like Minnesota bad ignorant, bro.
he said beat that shit like 4 times.
Hey, man, them folks super ignorant, bro. And then they just really don't care, bro. Them folks, hey, I love that shit, bro. Hey, I love that shit. Hey,
Anthony Edwards is the greatest, man.
with all the stuff the Grizz is talking about doing, like, you know, the skilled guys and the versatile wings and all that, bro, you got to go get some crazy. You got to get some crazy MLs on this team, bro. I want Tara Easton on this team, bro. You got to have a little bit, a couple more lunatics, bro. I think you got a couple. But you gotta have some dudes who's gonna be really in the dirt.
Are you ready to see a lunatic from the Minnesota Timberwolves?
Oh, this is what I'm talking about, man. This shit's so crazy. Play this shit.
This dude, I met this dude when he was in high school at the McDonald's All-American game.
He's like from Mississippi or some shit.
No, he's from up north, Seattle, I think, or something like that.
I know a lady who said that's her cousin. Anyway, go ahead.
Man, I walked away from him at the I interviewed him.
Crazy.
And I was like, okay, like that man is wild. Listen to Jay.
That man. Go ahead.
Say it again. Look at these eyes, bro. Look at that.
As a rookie, he was in Jaren shit. Like, man, you a fucking pussy, man. You remember that shit in the playoffs?
Yes.
You remember that shit?
This dude is so mild mannered. Like,
crazy.
This man is wild.
Keys offensively.
They're asking, what are the keys offensively?
Go out to Jokic, Jamal, all the bad defenders, Tim Hardaway, Cam Johnson, Aaron Gordon, the whole team. Like, just go at them.
They're all bad defenders.
Yeah, they're all bad defenders.
Feels like you guys constantly attacking.
Yeah, they don't got people that could defend the rim, and if he is there, we still more athletic than them, and just got to be able to finish when we do.
That man said, we going in, everybody.
You know what,
Everybody food on the book.
He's not lying about Denver.
Bro. NBA, like, the playoffs are so different, bro. If you can expose one matchup in the playoff series, you can bust a team ass. That's why I'm telling you, bro. Orlando finna pack Detroit up, bro. Why should I tell you, bro? Why would I tell you? Orlando finna pack them folks up.
Like, Jokic is not a rim defender.
And Atlanta about to get the Knicks about that bitch too, bro.
Man.
Right, go ahead.
Well, you think Minnesota's going to beat Denver in the series?
I got to see game 3. Because game 3 going to be in Minnesota, right?
Yeah.
But you got to remember now, that Lakers team last year had a lot of hype. And them got them bitches out there real quick. Hey, man, that team is made for the playoffs, bro. They're fucking nasty.
They've gone to the Western Conference Finals like 2 out of the last 3 years, man. Like, they're very good. And if Ant is the slightest bit, if his knee continues to heal up, he is a prime time dude. Prime
Y'all
time.
gonna notice a common theme in these playoffs, man. You gotta have some versatile little nasty ass wings on your team that just just frustrate. You gotta have some 6'9", 6'10" dudes that can dribble and defend and can score a little bit, bro. You gotta have this. Like that. Like Atlanta's a fucking pest, bro. They about to pack the Knicks up. Why should I tell you, bro?
You don't think New York size is going to give them problems the entire series?
I don't take the Knicks serious at all, bro. That team, I hate to say it, but
yeah,
that little point guard shit, them folks. Becky Hammond was not talking crazy when she said that shit, bro. That man gonna be getting his ass. She said the Knicks are good, but Jalen Brunson ain't good enough. It's like they gotta have somebody better than Jalen Brunson on their team.
Damn.
She was like little bitty point guards that I don't care how
Little
good.
5'7" guards don't do it in the NBA.
Unless you Steph, who like can shoot the ball at a
but
historic
Steph
level.
is 6'4". Steph is 6'4".
But her point was she was making a good point. Like you gotta be if your point guard is not a guy that can defend and can get to the basket, all that type of stuff, you better be good as fuck. And he ain't on that level.
Wow.
Not Mike Brown that they searched the whole summer to
yeah.
did a whole summer long coaching search for. They should have hired Don Staley. That should have been fire for the Knicks to hire Don Staley. That should have been big for the city, bro. But anywho, number 2, Kenny Stubblefield. Fuck this one.
I hate this shit. Hey, but you know what? Though? Hey, give him all of
every
it.
year.
Give him all of it. Like, let him have MVP. Let him have
whatever keep him calm, man.
First team All NBA. Let him have everything. Just chill out, bro. Just relax. Let him have it all.
Let him have it all, bro. Let his ass calm down, bro. Because that man, oh my God, I don't want to see this man pissed off, man. That man's Antetokounmpo wins Defensive Player of the Year, first of many. I expect him to win about
Wemby. Not you said Giannis, not
Wemby.
Same
thing. Same
whatever.
He gonna win about 10 straight of them bitches, bro. My girl Tiffany Owens says that CJ was teaching last. Yeah. McCollum was on these folks' ass. But you remember when I said CJ McCollum be a consolation type prize, type trade for us.
Right.
Go get a guy. Everybody, that's why I don't talk basketball with some of y'all, because y'all be caught up in your emotions, bro. CJ McCollum is a fucking leader and a winner, bro. And him with a young team of guys that can play, he could get those guys going. But here's the thing, I'll throw this out too. I can see CJ McCollum's role for the Hawks team. I can see Ty Jerome being the same type of dude.
So what happened in the Atlanta game? I didn't get to watch it yesterday. What happened?
McCollum went off and they won. McCollum was hooping. And guess who else was hooping? Kaminga was hooping.
Kaminga's a fuck Golden State. I hope Golden State gets Todd Golden and his stalking ass. How does this dude, Todd Golden, do you know this story? Todd Golden was credibly accused of violently stalking girls at the University of Florida this year, before this season.
Hey, what's the code, man? What's the code, man?
Where's the code at?
Yeah, that shit crazy. Ain't nothing about all them, bro. Ain't nothing about them. But yeah, Wemby, salute
Edward,
to you, man.
Edward says y'all want him to get complacent? Hell yes.
Hell yeah. Get lazy. Grow your hair back out, man. When you had the fro, you was kind of docile.
Yeah, man.
Got all this goddamn hair to a wild man.
You should go up to him. I'm gonna go up to him at a game and be like, man, you can't shoot threes, bro. And see if we can
get him. Shooter.
Yeesh.
That motherfucker's scary. I think you're gonna see a terrifying game by that dude in these playoffs, bro.
Well,
like, who the fuck is gonna guard this motherfucker?
Maybe
it might be tonight, man.
We got some numbers for tonight's game. It's a same game parlay for the Portland versus San Antonio game. Jeremy Grant to score 15 plus.
How old is Jeremy Grant?
He's got to be 29, 30.
I bet he's about 32 years old. That's another dude who's been in the league for a long. I'm gonna tell you the same. I'm gonna tell you what draft he came out in. You'll be surprised. He came out in the same draft as Kawhi Leonard. No, he came out after Kawhi Leonard.
He's 32 years old.
Yeah.
Still balling. I love Jeremy Grant.
I do too, man. I would take Jeremy Grant right now.
Yeah. Jeremy Grant to score 15 plus. Steph Castle to score 20 plus. That he might not have to score 20 plus, so he might not get that tonight. Denny Advia has to score 25 for Portland to stay in the game. Victor Wembanyama to score 30 plus points, plus 37.42. $10 wins you $374.42.
Man, you be finding some simple looking parlays, but the odds be crazy on them joints.
I know, right?
Don't none of that shit look ignorant.
It doesn't look ignorant to me at all.
Wait a minute, bro. Wait a minute, bro. The Jeremy Grant, there has to be 15, Castle to score 20. I'm going to go in and nigga that motherfucker, for nigga, whatever, that motherfucker a little bit.
What are you going to do to it?
I'm going to take that Jeremy Grant down to 10.
Okay.
I'm going to take that Castle down about
I would take
15.
that Castle down to like 15 probably. I would keep Jeremy at 15.
Then I would even
and
go
Steph
up on 20. I wouldn't do 25 points. I would do points, rebound, assists. I would take that to about 40. I would go about 40 on that bitch.
40 on that points, rebounds, and stuff.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And Wemby scoring 30. I think I would do that one on the PRA too. I'd probably do PRA.
I would do Wemby and Denny on the PRA. Yeah.
Yeah, and see what they give me on that joint. See what I'm turculating with on that joint, man. But yeah, man, we'll be on number 3, man. We was talking about Jeremy Grant, man, being a dude who kind of, looked the part, but also looked like he don't give a damn. Aaron Bradshaw, Kenneth Stubblefield is entering the transfer portal. He's no longer a Tiger. We ain't gonna get into the details of why he's a Tiger or why it took so goddamn long. We ain't gonna get into that. But Aaron Bradshaw moved on. Wish their brother the best. Tigers got some other big men. They got a guard in town that they trying to get, man. Hey, man, Penny gonna put this shit together, man.
Hey,
don't sleep on 1 cent. Bro.
The guys that he's had in on visit yesterday, the guy he has a visit on today, and this kid from North Alabama, I'm telling you, if he can lock all 3 of those dudes down, cooking with hot grease, man.
Hey, man, y'all better stop hating on 1 cent, man. Y'all better stop hating on 1 cent, man. There's been a lot of little rumblings going around in him and coach, him and Ed Scott ain't on the same page, or they get on the same page. Hey, something about Penny though, man. Penny gonna land on his feet, man. Hey, gotta woke up a giant, bro. Cause they been saying, Penny, you don't get out here and move and shake. And for what I heard, that man out here moving and shaking, goddamn.
Moving and shaking, politicking, if you will.
Yeah, man. Yeah, on y'all ass. But shout out to my guy Scoop B, of course. For Kenny Stubblefield, it's Anthony Sain. Thank y'all so much, man. We'll see y'all tomorrow. We got a shock tomorrow? No, I ain't got no shock plan.
Nope.
We'll see y'all tomorrow, man. We out.
Thank you for listening to the Anthony Sain Show. If you enjoyed this episode, leave a rating and a review wherever you download your podcasts. Also, like and subscribe to the Bluff City Media YouTube page. We'll see you back here next time.